Hey guys, welcome back. So yeah, this is the other parts of the pod because I have no idea how Salik ended y'all, but I assuming it was fantastic. He's a good guy. So, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna ask each one of these guys that if you were a superhero trying to save Trinidad, who would you be? Based on what the commissioner of police was saying, that each person had to do their part, right? So if you had to take inspiration from one hero, it could be from any genre at all. Could be Marvel, could be DC, could be Sonic, could be anything. Who would you take inspiration from? Also, these guys aren't prepared for this because this obviously is not the title of the
That's
pod, right?
true, man. I
But
got a question,
But
Oh.
we do it anyway. Because I was supposed to do this like 2 weeks ago when we actually was supposed to start back recording, but we do it anyway. This is on the spot. Patrick, what hero would you take inspiration from? Who would you like to mimic?
The clean up Trinidad, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Like okay, I guess in essence asking all like what superhero would have liked to been like their powers and abilities, whatever. But you know.
Look, alright, let me hit the logic, right? Real stuff now, right? It just had to be Batman. First of all, most of the activity does happen in the night, right? Batman. Second of all, you see all that flying laser beam stupidness? They're not gonna work on Trini man, right? You cannot go in Lavantil with no laser beam. That's not
Exactly.
happening. But sure, you can roll up in a Batmobile, drive up that hill, right, and just start to rungs them up, dog. Now, I know Batman does come up with the tech, right? So he probably gonna have a serious bat cage in the back that he could just throw all them villain and them inside, right? By the time he throw them in, he thief in the gold chain, everything, throwing that one side, melting that down, probably buying and selling gold on the side, whatever. And then, for the time he rungs them up now, then he had to start clean the streets. You see all them vagrant and thing? Done away with that, right? Put them, in a bat
Patrick
rehabilitation
going too
center.
far with this.
Are
Is
going to
a shorter
Batman.
answer.
It's Batman. It's Batman. It's Batman. I go
Salik
Batman.
was yours.
In brightest day, in blackest night, I would be Green Lantern, bro. I have the willpower
Oh.
to do
Oh
anything,
yes,
and I would do. That's what I would do. I'd definitely be Green Lantern.
I like it.
Virgil.
So I think about because see with Batman, all man could do is just do the crime during the day, and then, from the time
Oh
from the
facts,
time,
facts,
the thing is
facts,
from the time something
facts.
happened, let's say on the highway, and had a big traffic backup, Batman can't get to the scene in time. Batman that mobile,
Facts. Facts. Facts.
you can't, you don't,
Unless
you,
you use a Batwater taxi, I mean, you never know. You
unless,
might come out with one of
The
that.
Butter
So
Taxi.
no, you,
yeah.
you can't say Wonder Woman because no matter if your vehicle invisible, they're going to steal and sell it for scrap.
Nah,
So
nah, for sure,
no
for sure, for sure,
matter.
for sure. Sure, and scrap
I
iron pass, it's
I
serious.
think
Everything get
I
checked.
So
really
what's your
think
answer, Virgil?
hey boy,
Virgil, you remember
It's
Virgil?
easy,
As
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Static Shock?
Yeah, he can't be there, boy. Them go and see
Yeah.
that them go and see that Ras and think he picking sides. They can't do that. Uh, hmm. Boy. I feel them had to get somewhere like Wolverine, no.
No, that was my
No, I mean
answer. Oh my
Wolverine.
goodness. Wolverine was
I
my
Serious,
think
answer.
indestructible.
yeah,
Exactly.
boy.
You had to be relentless,
Indestructible.
dog. Alright, well if
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't get
yeah.
Wolverine, I'll take Deadpool then. For all
True.
the
Yeah,
Oh
same
boy.
shit.
shit.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. Same,
yeah.
same type of thing.
You know
Imagine
what
Deadpool
else
coming and
was
say, "How do you?"
Yeah, boy.
yeah.
Yeah, boy. Yeah,
No,
boy.
the other answer I had was Green Arrow. But the thing is, why? Dog, they might want
Hmm.
to hear nothing but Arrow in Trinidad, dog. So, yeah, they never got to
Yeah,
take
boy.
the ball from him, dog, and his failure. But,
I'm
yeah.
beating boy. Yeah, boy. Nah, crap, boy.
So, yeah, guys, that was good. That was good. What we really here to talk about is the team of the year, because it has been a discussion. And to be fair, this is coming out on Wednesday. As of Friday, EA Sports would be releasing their team of the year contest as well. So I thought it was relevant. As well as Monday gone, FIFA Pro did their own, and as always, they do it shambolically. And thus, we are here to correct them. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna go through um I'm not sure if we'll do it position by position, if I'll let y'all do it in groups, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, let everybody give their answer, justify it as they may, and we will encourage you all in the comments to let us know what is yours. That being said, I did not introduce anybody because we kind of just continue being here. But it's the same four that has been here for a while. To be fair, Yuan did try to make an effort to be on here, but unfortunately, not unfortunately, congrats to him. He started a new job, and so you know he's acclimatized to that. So his time would probably settle along in a few weeks. Goalkeeper guys. Also, did everybody do 4-3-3?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, where did Salik?
we do.
I did
2-3-5 or
well, I don't know how to describe it, but it's not 4-3-3. It's three at the back. I'll tell you that.
Okay,
okay.
cool. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Go Kuda.
Um,
Go Kuda.
in goal, guys. Let's get your answers. I want to go first because I
Okay.
don't think anybody would have this answer, and that is I went with Mark Andre to Stegen in goal.
Wow.
I
Okay.
like that answer.
Okay,
Quite
I
okay.
did
like
not
that
have that
answer.
answer. Correct is
I think
right.
it is even more highlighted by the fact that Barca has gone on a toilet since he's gotten injured, but like he
What's
to
that
me
dog?
was their best player last year. Like he was the entire reason that their defensive record was what it was, and the only reason that they shut up and yeah. The only reason that the defense actually got held together. And I did think for a while, like, he always was one of the top five keepers in the world. I think there was an argument for even top three to be up there with, Allison and Quarter. But I think on an individual level, I think he's been insane. So, yeah, my vote for keeper of the year was Margaret Stegen. Virgil, what was yours?
I keep it simple, I have to go with Edison.
I
Because
know I know dog.
When
Like not
is
even no
good?
city bias. I
it's
know he
plain
had the
and
rational
simple.
enough to say Edison there.
Dog. It's like, come on, the
And all
man.
Virgil going to do to justify everybody is going to be like, but he win
The
a
sextuple?
treble. But he win a
It's not just
treble.
people that treble. Is the I because don't get me wrong.
Quattro.
Don't get me wrong. I had used to have my my little my little upsets about Edison. But it's only coming down to the pivotal point of that treble within season. Edison kind of step up his game. Edison,
Wait,
keeping those clean
all
sheets and
in the
everything.
main pod, we even talk about how Edison get injured, But I don't think it's that bad. It
Nah,
didn't
not
seem
that,
that
that,
bad.
that not
Minor.
bad. That not bad. But
Minor.
yeah,
Just get kicking these stones.
yeah, Moreno too. So
It's
that
not as
that
bad as Ortega is, to be honest.
Oh gosh, man. Oh gosh.
Yeah, Virgil, go ahead, boy. What
not good.
rationale? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I just say if when any those pivotal moments, Edison really step up and show why he is a top keeper. Don't get me wrong, because I have my questions on him because for me I expect I is one the best from him, but
Mm,
I can't lie, he honestly surprised me. I know for a fact he held those high standards coming out of pivotal points in the season, and I had to say definitely as much as you want to give praise to other players, he was influential in I would say over all three trophies, honestly.
cool. Salik, what was yours, bro?
My keeper of the year is also Edison, because I think in terms of performance for the year, I think Edison has been very solid for City. I think he's a huge reason that they did well,
Yeah.
particularly in the Champions League. And I don't really have much more to say on it. I mean, Virgil kind of covered most of it. So yeah, Edison for me.
Mhm.
Thoughts?
I went for someone different. I had to put Allison. And it kind of hurt me to
Mm,
put him over Ter Stegen, who I felt like was a close second. It really kind of came down to two things. Allison has been fit all year. Ter Stegen hasn't. Allison has played a major role in his team being first at the end of the year, or currently first in the table. So that swayed my decision a lot. And then what really tipped it over for me was this man's um expected goal conceded compared to how much goals he's
the
actually
actual is
conceded.
ridiculous. Is ridiculous.
Yeah, boy. It like listen, right? Watching him play, I know he just real dig them out there. But then when I check the stat, oh, it was something like 11 goals he was supposed to
Yeah.
concede that he
Dog.
didn't. And
He's
that
actually
is not
good.
normal at
He's
all.
actually
It's not
unfair.
normal.
He's
It's not
unfair.
normal, and I mean, look, I think he had a great. I think he had a great personal year. He didn't reach the heights of Edison in terms of trophies, but for me, on a personal level, I felt like he saved more shots than Edison. I guess I had to put it down to that. So that's why I went for him.
Do you all want to do this in such a way that we vote every round, or we just kind of let everybody put their stuff on? We could let the comments do what they want afterwards.
No, well, we could do it like this, if you're willing to. Since two people say Edison, put him in.
Yeah, and to be fair, I totally agree with the Edison uptick in form was a big
Yeah,
part of
yeah, yeah.
them winning it, because I think like he really had strong performances in the knockouts, and that was very critical for them going on to win. Cool. Well, yeah, well, defense. So I gonna let Pat, since you went last, so I don't go first. Well, since we had back fours, I will let
Yeah, studying what to
the
do.
three of us do fullbacks, the two fullbacks you put, and then when we do
Mhm.
centre backs, we'll let Salik start off and give his three defenders rather,
I
whatever three
mean,
that may take, and then we'll do two each after.
well, what I was going to ask is, Brandon, you have any fullbacks in your back three?
I have
Or it's all
one.
centre backs? Well,
It's
better he
okay.
come with us. Better he
Okay,
talk about our
sure.
fullback with us too. Because then we just leave it to two centre backs for
Yeah,
everybody now.
cool. That no problem.
Uh, my fullbacks, I went with, I hope Virgil like this one, Kyle Walker as my right back of the year. And you wonder, I think I got. Let me just explain Walker real quick so that 'cause I think I need to spend time on this next fella. Yeah, Walker for me has apart from winning the treble, I think he was real critical to winning that treble. They used him in most of the big games, and to me, Walker is just a cheat code now. But he might not be Trent going forward and whatever, but what that man has is something that I'm almost sure that any other fullback that we could discuss for Team of the Year does not have. And that's just pace to kill. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, for me, the way that they used Walker this year really highlighted his strengths, and because they literally used him to lock off any fast winger that they ever came up against now, and he did that. I mean, apart from that, I mean, I think he's been dribbled past 12 times all year or 13 times.
Which
Insane
is still
for a
pretty good.
fullback.
Yeah, that's
That's
still very
insane
good.
for a fullback. Dog, them men is
Yeah,
come across the fastest are the fastest, dog.
yeah.
Like, anyway, yeah, well, you see where I'm going with it. That is insane for a fullback. He's not a centre back, he's a fullback.
And a
And
left back.
and then apart from that, I also think that this is one of those years that he got a lot better going forward because he did pop up with some important assists. I mean, even just the other day to Bernardo, but that just fresh in our head. And came up with some goals as well. Again, he's not Trent going forward, but I really think that he had a very strong year. The fella that Ole probably will not agree with is the left back that I put in, and that's DeMarco. I think DeMarco had
Come
a
on.
very strong
Come
year.
on.
Real
Like,
important, like real important to that Inter team. Made it to
Oh,
the
I was like,
Champions
yeah,
League
okay.
finals. Huh?
No, yeah, go ahead, yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Made it to the Champions League finals. Had real impressive Champions League run, by the way. But for me now, he's kind of the opposite of Walker because that is the end product boss now. But I don't think that like Theo to me comes close, but to me, Demarco is more effective going forward. He has better goal threat than some of the other left backs that we could talk about. When you talk about attacking left backs over the season, I mean over last year, you would look at Theo, you would look at DeMarco, and you would probably look at Davies now as the attacking fullbacks. To me, he
mhm.
kind of kills them when it comes to end product and the ability to be decisive. So yeah, that's why I went for DeMarco, and is currently leading the league as well. So
Yeah,
DeMarco for me.
Yeah.
I like that. I really do, to
Yeah.
be honest. And I really like this in the team a lot, and he's one of those that I like. Salik, who's your one fullback?
I actually have two fullbacks. I didn't
You know
realize I had
more.
two fullbacks.
Okay.
Like
So
that.
I have Walker as my right defender, and I have Theo
Yeah.
Hernandez as my left defender.
hmm
Yeah.
He now say to you not as good as so yeah. Let me hear
Okay,
your
sure.
argument for it.
Going
So
forward, going forward. I said going forward.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, it is a going forward. I mean, we also have to remember that the Theo lost out to Inter in the Champions League semi-final as well.
Yeah.
I think, like, I mean, have you all seen? Did you all see the goal he scored? Like, I think it was
Oh
yesterday.
yeah.
Oh,
Like,
insane! again.
But
Right. I mean, I know
that,
that I know that's not last year,
that's
but
set from Giroud too, you know. That was
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
that flick
Well,
back was really good. Yeah.
well, that's Giroud, by the way. So yeah. For
Oh,
me, I just think
dog. Before I forget, let me ask you this fast now, though. So, based on your criteria for world class players, right? So, like, we didn't talk about this in the episode. I only remember this week. Is Emi Martinez world class?
he could he would fit the criteria. I just don't think he consistent enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think so
Um.
either. Nah. But I know, like, some
Yeah.
people, when I hear criteria, would have said yes. So, I just wanted to hear your actual answer. Sorry, I
Yeah.
cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Theo, it's just like I think he's. I know we talked about this before. He's one of the only he's few world class players in the Milan team. I think he was
Hmm.
extremely important to them going so far last year. And I just think like I think any team would take him right now. And I think he had an insane 2023. So for me, I have Walker one side and I have Theo the other side.
Cool. So we're just gonna let it go last for this. The only reason I want to see if we're going to have four different left backs because
all right,
my
guys.
left back option is also different. But anyways, we'll see so I also had Kyle Walker. It just kind of hard to dispute at this point. My left back though is some might not say he's actually a left back, but he played left back this year. And I think that there are other parts of this team that all got praised, but I genuinely think that he is so underrated and he is so good. And they bring in an 89 million defender to play above him, and he still can't touch it with a 10-foot pole. And that is Nathan Ake. And I have him
Oh,
as my left back.
I thought he was
Um,
going somewhere else there. Yes. Wow, that's
Okay,
a good call.
that
so
was a good
yeah,
shout, boy.
I have I like we all talk about the system change and all the other players that do it. Yeah, correct. You know who else was at the core of that was Nathan Ake. And we watch how Gavallo comes in and who has a lot of potential and could go on to be something decent. Hopefully he don't end up like Ruben Diaz. And on the other hand, he can't play that left back the way like Ake does. You know, like Ake does go up against the best of the best full wingers and just lock up all. All. You know, even recently gained goal returns, well, goal contributions in our assists versus Liverpool and stuff like that. And he's so consistent as well. I think it has become under the radar a bit. And yeah, I might be giving him my easy pass for the fact that he win the treble too. An easy way to put him in this conversation. But I think he has been really, really good for Manchester City. And a very keeper. And if City was to play the Champions League final tomorrow, he starts. And
That's
I
true.
think there's very few players that Pep in the world would have taken over him. And I think that says so much of where his standard has gone in the game over the last year. So, like everybody else, I have Kyle Walker. And I also have Nathan Ake. So, yeah.
Oh, boy.
What of you just smiling that way?
Yeah, no. I know my reason. My reason is because everybody says City players. I know City players as my fullbacks
Oh my goodness.
because
Dog, I want to head you right
the
back. I
main one,
need to head you right back.
the main one I hear first, I just say that's why I know Patrick no football because see when you put the marker, that
My guy.
I try I
My
dog.
guy.
Every
Well
time I
done.
see people talk about players, I'm like we not seeing how far in the European Champions League. We're not seeing how pivotal this man was. This man is a
Yeah.
monster. Dog. He is
Hmm.
a top quality left back going forward and defending. And he have that ruggedness to him. It's like Dan. It's like
Yeah.
he have that ruggedness, that physicality as centre back, and he still have that piece as a full back. Like I'm a big fan of him. So every time when I see, and obviously if you get into those awards when they wanna make the team of the year and they leave him out, I'm like, damn, that's a disrespect
Yeah.
him. So for me, he is my left back. But for my right back had to be Trippier. I find for
I
that
like it.
year for
I
that year
like
he
it.
have
You know,
3 years.
we big on the trip years out here.
Dog, we talking defensive solid defender. Going
Mhm.
forward, the man is there racking up assists. And
Weird
don't
thing
put
Mhm.
him
about
on
his weight of pass though.
his weight.
Facts.
Yeah,
Nice
nah.
in the world.
Yeah, nah. The man
No,
is
I
the
just
dog.
wanted
The
to get
man,
on record because I said this to you on.
dog. But honestly, like as I say, defending, going for attacking, getting the assist. Don't put the man behind a set piece. Don't put the man behind no free kick. The man, dog.
Mhm.
The man is complete. I honestly feel like that right now. You know, I have all respect to Walker, but if you're looking at right backs for England and you want a complete player, yeah, Trippier, and he's a leader too.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I support Virgil on that one. I ready to put Trippier inside. Um, I
Why
will
you
say
have to
one thing.
raise your eyebrows for it, though? Oh my god, dog. That just
Because
makes me
dog,
so sus,
because
dog.
I'm a boy, dog. Hey, that's not. I
No.
was sorry, not surprised, but I just want to put outside shout out to Frimpong because
Oh
I
I
found
follow
it
yes,
him.
hard to leave
that
him
Follow,
out.
deserves a
But
follow.
shout. Correct.
he had a
And he brethren
fantastic
too,
year
eh?
too.
And he brethren
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah,
big
but
Marvel.
because for me, because Frimpong been doing it at Leverkusen like all year,
Ah, yeah.
he just stand out a little bit more to me in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
That to me is the end product boss right now as well. So just how I could have make a thing for the Marco, I could have make that same one for Frimpong. But I think Walker is just I have a lot of
Well,
respect for him.
well, I guess the
So
end answers is Walker and DeMarco because they get the two
Yeah.
most votes, and I could live with
I
both of
like
them
it.
honestly.
I like it.
I did think about Theo, and it was a bit of wanting to be different there, but I really did want Aki to get some flowers, boy, because I think he's been great.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Cool. Salik, go first now. Who was your one defender?
I don't
What's
know
that
if
now?
I don't know if Oliver will expect this from me, but
Mm-hmm.
I
I
know who you
have
have in there. I know exactly
some
who
who
you have.
have.
Around what's up it?
Nah, well, don't bother. It'll take too long. Anyway,
No, I said
I
you
have.
know. I said you
Ah, facts.
know.
That man on data, He ain't on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
Anas?
10 already.
Oh wow, that was real good, John. Holy shit, that was real good. Yeah,
Is
I
it?
I
have
have
I
him
have
too.
I have Mr. KMJ himself, Mr. Kim Min Jai, coming in
Ah,
at centre back because
just like it.
I mean for the year alone, I mean the his performance for Napoli was incredible. I mean, I know they didn't do much in the Champions League. However, I think winning the league was an
Was
extreme
insane.
achievement for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And when he's gone to Bayern, and I have watched a lot of his games, particularly in Champions League, and I think he just looks fantastic in that Bayern side, almost impenetrable most of the time. So
Mhm.
I know he's the 25th best player in the world, but he even makes it into my my
Love it.
central
Love one.
defender position in the back three.
Hey, I
Love it.
love it. I love it too because he's in mine. And next to him, I put my heat at the CSIs. I didn't put Ruben Diaz because for what is with
Oh
um
wow.
the I yeah, went on. Yeah, because the thing is, as for all the issues that I have with him, I do think individually that he was really in great for the Champions League run. Now, I do think the wheels kind of fall off in the last 2 months of the year a little bit,
Okay.
which was to my joy because like at one point I really started to wonder if this man really eradicate his errors from his game. But it's good to see that it's still there. But in terms of his form, it was insane and it was really good. And I still think that he was one of the best performers in the league and was extremely critical to them, not just winning anything, but even holding their defense together during this season, at least in the first 2 3 months when players were injured and new signings and a lot of changes around. And at that point, we were actually talking about City in a way that, like, maybe Chelsea record may never get broken, but City could run them close for goals conceding and stuff like that. And he was a big part of that. So that was my two. Virgil?
So for my two, uh like for like looking at all these like all the defenders. Kim was here. Somebody I was thinking of, but I was looking at the City defenders and what John put him in left back, but I put him for my left side centre back. I said Aki had to be there because I say I had to find a way for them to put him in the team because looking at everybody there, I feel like he was very underrated, and I always say him being in that lineup, whether he play left back or he play left side centre back, that man just solid, and I feel like he always reassure you that you know for a fact he gonna put in a shift. And don't worry, I remember, and he had plenty, plenty moments where he saved us, goal line clearances and whatever. So I feel like he is my first pick. And second, for everything you mentioned there, I had to put Diaz. So I feel like those two for my center back parents, I have to go with both of them.
Let me be 100% real with you. If John
Mm.
Stones could actually stay fit twice for the week, I'd have put him over the sir.
I would
But
no, honest. I would have found a way, but that's my main reason for not putting Stones. I find he had don't
yeah,
get me
it's
wrong,
too
when he
much,
was
boy.
fit, he
It's
had
too
big
much.
moments, but it wasn't consistent.
Yeah. Cool.
Mhm.
Pats?
Unfortunately, I don't have any City players at centre back. And it kind of for me just came down to I wasn't too sure if any City player had individually a better season than the two people I'm about to talk about now. As
No,
a
better
collective,
year.
I thought that they were
But
fantastic. Huh?
better year, not season.
Sorry, yeah, better, yeah, yeah. I don't know why I keep saying season, man.
It's okay.
I
It's
don't know,
okay.
but so
Semantics.
I will start by saying this that I'm not going to describe this centre back, but I will say if I had to choose the defender of the year, it goes to this guy, Kim Min Jae. For me, the best defender of the year. Um, apart from his personal, accomplishments, uh, at Napoli, he was a main part of helping Napoli finally win that league after how many ever years, and doing so
Yeah.
with an impressive defensive record. Left Napoli. Watch where
They,
Napoli is now, by the
yeah.
way. He's probably the only player that left. Watch where it is now. Can't keep no clean sheets, no nothing. And went to Bayern and displaced uh sometimes Upa, sometimes Delict.
It was
You know,
Delic,
they
yeah.
kind of take turns whoever start next to him, but one thing we know is the Asian boy starting. We know that.
That's facts.
And he might not be at the top of the league now, but sure, come the end of the season, we expect him to be lifting the trophy. So Kim Min Jae for me, the best defender of the year, and the second best defender of the year for me, it has to be Bastoni. Um,
Good shout.
Dog, I was
again,
going
Good
to
shout.
put
Good
him
shout.
in
mhm,
there. I
That
love
good
that
show.
yeah,
though. I
Like that
love
one.
that though.
yeah. For me, it just has to be him.
Dog,
I don't know how he tricked people to thinking Onana could save goals by dog, but I don't
But
know
the
how
whole,
he do that.
that's the whole
I
in the
don't know
defense.
how.
I don't understand that. That's the proof how good those players are. That's proof
Yeah,
how
Ah, you're right.
amazing.
It's
big
true.
man thing. I don't know how he do that, but he do it, boy. And he at the top of the league again, where that man belongs. That man is class.
dog, and
Um,
you know, dog, in that whole run to the final, that he was the only consistent one that was playing over the last few years. That Skriniar
Yeah.
mhm,
Depay was not playing in it.
mhm,
Mhm.
As Serbi
Yeah.
came in, Damian was
yeah,
coming in and out.
Yeah.
Depending on
yep,
if the Marco was playing left mid or left center back and thing. I love that dog. Honestly, I love it, boy.
yeah.
I high
At
key
least for
willing
me,
to
it
put
has
my
to be him.
vote towards that one though.
Oh,
Mm.
true. I mean, up to you
That
all,
and
but
Kim. I cool with that and Kim.
Kim inside for sure. We know Kim inside.
I feel
Yeah.
like yeah, that's solid. Yeah, Kim is a solid one for sure.
We cool with
Anyhow, we
Bastoni
can
being
leave
the
the
one
second
next to
one
Kim.
up for debate. It don't matter to me.
Okay.
The-
Yeah, we can leave it. That's
Can
Yeah.
I
fine.
can I just say one thing before we move on from defenders?
Oh yeah,
My
man.
my understudy for Kim is a player I can't believe none of y'all mentioned. It is
Who is it?
Manuel Akanji. I think
Really?
for the year of 2023, the impact he had on that City team from the
Yeah.
time he came in to the
It's
end of
true.
2020 start of the year to now, it is unbelievable how good he has
Mm,
been for that team.
Yeah.
So he was the. I just want
Yeah.
to give him a mention because I don't want it to. I know you. I know you
yeah,
big up Ake, which is right and rightfully so. I also think Akanji needs his flowers too because he's been
That's
Yeah.
true.
extremely solid.
nah,
I
that
think
that
that's
fair,
valid.
that
Yeah.
real fair. Cause he did
Yeah.
step into John Stones' role when Stones was
And
out
Pretty
too.
and when
well.
and
So
when
Yeah.
he had stepped into the right back row too, he was holding on like
that
he's
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
He has
benching over
become a
profile and
very
all.
good utility
Mhm.
man though. Like he's played
true.
everywhere across the
Facts.
back line.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me go in midfielders. Anybody who want to dispute Rodri? Or we just giving it as I give on?
Now
Yeah?
we
I'm
got
giving it.
everybody should have Rodri. I mean,
Everybody already.
I have
Nice.
him. I have him.
Cool. Um well, Salik, let me let you go first then, since you have three.
well,
What you
okay.
think?
So I have my formation is actually 3-4-1-2. So I'll go it and you want to give five or
Mm,
you want to give
Now
the five or the
I want
four?
I want the four without Rodri. Rodri understood.
Okay. So on the right, I have Bernardo Silva.
Mm-hmm.
Next to him, I have Rodri. Next to Rodri, I have Jude Bellingham. And
Right.
on the left, I have Kylian Mbappe.
As a midfielder, wait, I'm now confused. No? I don't
And
know how to think
in
about
front
that.
of them, I have Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, then I am
okay.
scratching Mbappe from where you. No, we'll just leave Mbappe for the
Yeah,
front
we just,
line, though.
yeah. Sure, we might
It
all.
would it would not work formation wise
I
otherwise.
understand why
I
because I
see.
know who is it. I can guess
Nah,
who your
I
two
know
is
who
up
the
top.
forwards are. I know who the forwards
That's
are.
valid.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
But
That's such a clever way of getting that in. Oh,
yeah,
actually, nah, don't know who the forwards are.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I
When we
know
when
who
we
it
get there,
is.
when we get there. Cause no, it have
Um.
three names in my head that it could be.
yeah.
Anyhow,
Anyway, yeah. Ooh, there's a third one I don't know if
yeah.
I think about it, but
There's
anyway.
somebody I hate that I left out. I really
Yeah,
do.
this man
Um.
snatched up somebody, dog. This man.
I true
I
boy.
think I know who it is too. Now. Anyway, so okay, so right. For me,
So Bernardo, you
I
say,
had
and
I had
I just trying to
Bernardo.
remember who he had now.
I had Bernardo and Jude and the so then the thing is KDB misses out, right? And it's honestly just because he didn't play the second half of the year, boy. And I think that when like Jude did his utmost best to drag them to that title and they just fell short the last day. And then obviously his impact this year is insane. And I have
Mm-hmm.
done enough prop for Bernardo Silva over the last 2 months to for everybody to understand why I think about this fella. And even though the majority of the time came as a right midfielder, right winger, whatever you want to say, he did play a lot in the midfield as well. And so it is still more than a valid enough pick. So that was my two, which falls in with Salih's own. Pat, let me let you go now. Who's your other two with Rodri?
Same thing.
Yeah,
Rodri, Bellingham, Bernardo. Same
nice.
thing for me. Yeah.
Virgil,
For me,
Gundo, KDB.
nah.
Yeah.
For me,
I will lie though,
Rodri,
no joke. I really did consider putting in Gundo,
I
because
think.
Same.
dog,
Same.
he was essential, and it's just because Barca aren't at the level right now is
But
why
he was good for Barca too.
he has been good for Barca.
Yeah.
That is the thing. It close. I'll say that it
It's
just close.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Difficult.
Now for me, I had to say Rodri, De Bruyne, and Barella.
I like the Barella
I,
thing
I
That's
too,
a
though.
shout.
feel
Like
like
I
I
had
feel
him
like
in mind
I
too.
feel like
Like
Barella's a man that they're not respecting this man name, boy. And I'm
yeah.
not get me wrong. Bellingham, he do good, I understand. But from where Inter went last year, well, for the last season, plus where they are now, I feel like all that is still down to Brella has been consistent in our midfield. There's no I'm not talking about Brella just pop out of nowhere and doing it. Brella's been solid. My eye have always been on Brella for like I say in like what is about 3 seasons now.
mm-hmm.
So I feel like this man really he's a big part of the inter midfield for me. I feel like he had to be there.
I really like the Barella show, dog. And you could just tell that man that smokes cigarettes at halftime too. Like you know he of that club kind of way. I really like the show though. I'm not gonna lie. I really like the
Yeah,
show.
that's a good shout. I
Yeah,
could I definitely behind that one.
yeah. Okay. Well, that kind of went by kind of fast. I don't really think that went into a contest.
On
Okay.
three.
Yeah. I actually think I'm gonna change something. What? Let me see how that go. Pats, who's your front three,
Change
bro?
something in your front three. Okay, well,
Yeah.
my front three on the left side, similar to Brandon, had Kylian Mbappe. I think that kind of goes without, really having to justify much. The goals kind of speak for themselves, and he actually kind of added some assists to his game as well. It's not enough for me to really call him a creator, but look, most goals in the Farmers League last last season ish, and now this season again he's up there again with the most goals again. His game is based on goals, kind of similar to my striker Erling Haaland. I mean, he just kind of is the player of the year, right? Like kind of. I could understand if you want to bring in other players, but the goals, dog, the goals are insane. Yes, I understand the whole limited as a player, not good in hold up, not good in build up. type of thing. Only scores tap-ins and penalties, the occasional header. I get it, dog. But at the end of the day, the stats speak for themselves. And I will say, without those goals, City do not win the league. And guess what? Without winning the league, you don't win no treble. So yeah, major part towards the treble. Maybe not as effective in the knockout stages of the Champions League, but so it goes, dog. I mean, this is a man that on his first season in the Prem already broke the record for the most goals in the Prem. And he set it at a place that maybe only he might break it, to be honest with y'all, you know. I don't know why I'm fighting him down. I mean, why I'm justifying him so much, because I feel like everyone has him. And then my last one is Salah. Class, you know, for me. It
For sure.
I don't think I could have made the team of the
What's
year
Sonic face
without
now?
putting. Yeah, cause I know now, boy. Cause I really know who his front two are, and I left out one of them most likely. But yeah, Salah for me, I had to put him in, and for me it was just the fact that he added assists to his game. He is now, along with Trent, the chief creator at Liverpool, and he's doing so at a very very high and successful rate. I think he's currently holding the most goals and the most assists in the league. That's for this season. He's currently at the top of the league, and last season, coming towards, I would say from February, he had a very, very strong season. So I have to put Salah in, and it's just unlucky to the other guy, but I'll leave the other guy up to Olia to talk about him. Maybe somebody would.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for me. Well, you don't know how I leave out, though.
No, but I mean,
Somebody will
also
bring him
it
up.
can
Somebody will
be.
bring him up. I just don't want to. I just don't want to think it. Somebody will bring him up. I didn't
I
mention him.
think I
So
know who it is. I think I know who
yeah.
it is.
Well, I started thinking of mine because mine is a very I'm different one.
Let me
Um,
hear you then. Let me hear you. Don't start.
so
Yeah.
it's
Start off. Go
Salon,
ahead. Go
it's
ahead.
Salah on the right because
All right,
he's
two chains.
great boy, is insane. And striker is Harry over Haaland. And here's my reasoning, right? One, in the calendar year, Harry has scored more. Harry is also, you talk about jumping into a league and breaking records. He is doing that. And it was the boatload of what Haaland has scored top scorer last year. Most of it came pre the World Cup. And 2023 he scored more than Haaland. So yeah. And on the left is somebody who's not really a left winger, but um
It's my league.
he could play there. So we gotta include him there because I thought again that he also had an insane year and is Griezmann. And so
Okay.
that is my front three.
Okay. That's not a bad one.
Put it on
I'll
top.
be
Put
so
it up.
real though. In all seriousness though, with respect to obviously like the Haaland Kane one is kind of all the time. Man. But
Yeah.
with the
Sean,
Mbappe
that is
versus
elite
Griezmann one though,
hating, bro. That is elite hating, bro.
no, that is not hating though.
Bro, Haaland has been injured for like nearly half of the first half of the season, and he's still top scorer.
No, he only get injured in December.
Even worse, bro. Oh
Nah,
my
Haaland missed
god.
real games if we being fair.
Oh my
Haaland missed
goodness.
a good bit of games. But I
I
don't even know if
and
it's a
some
big
games.
man. Like, still to leave out Mbappe for Griezmann, I think is a big one too. Boy. I'm
No,
not
but
gonna
yeah,
lie.
but here's the
A big,
thing with
like I
with
know
Mbappe
Griezmann
and
been good.
That not as bad as Kane though.
no,
Yeah.
boy. But here's my thing with
I don't
Mbappe,
even know
right,
what it
boy,
is.
is that Mbappe, yeah, fair enough, dog. He scored plenty in the league, whatever. Dog, I think this entirety of the year, dog, his appearances outside of the league has been utterly poor, boy.
Hmm.
From the Champions League knockouts last year to the group stage, just say I think it's been horrendous, dog. It has been extremely bad. Like it's not even just like teammates laying him down, whatever. Like he himself has not been great. And so as much as he can score a hat trick and win player of the month in France, whatever, that does only carry so much water to me, boy. You know? Whereas
I
Griezmann,
don't
I
know,
think,
boy.
has been one of the best players in La Liga, has been one of the best players in the Champions League this year. And Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's all real contentious. But I will say though that regardless of who you said, we was always gonna leave out somebody because it did have a lot of really good attackers out there. But yeah, well,
Salik, say what
okay,
you want to say
let me
now.
just skip the Griezmann one. Yeah, Brandon, tell them about the Kane. Tell them.
Boy, you telling me, right? For a striker of the year is a man who won absolutely nothing for the year. That, bro, it is 2024. Can we leave that in 2023, please? The man, this you talk about a man who win the Golden Boot in the Prem. He won a treble. He's top scorer in the league right now, and you telling me he's not the best striker in the world?
All I say though is the man scored more than him in the calendar. Yeah, no.
Is it an aesthetic thing though? Is it because
Did
Kane does look more effective? Is
Oh
that
my
what it is?
god. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I'm not also not having I also not having the Mbappe thing because he went out in the round of 16 in the Champions League. So it's not to say he went real far and he didn't score anything. He
No,
literally
but that
had
is
one.
part of it though. Is that
Yeah, but he literally did exactly what you given Kane credit for. He scored literally dozens and millions of goals. And you're giving Kane credit for that, but you're not giving Mbappe any credit for it. I don't get that one at all.
I quicker concede Keane to Haaland than concede in all seriousness than concede Griezmann to
Bro,
Mbappe.
Kane scored what? Kane scored what, 30 goals? And he finished
Yeah.
what? He finished what, 8?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Oh, I'm not having
yeah.
it, bro. I'm not having that one. I can't believe you say that, dog. Anyway, up top, I have Erling Haaland, the best striker in the world. And next to him, I have Mohamed
Okay.
Salah. And the person that I
Mm,
left out, and I'm very sad
mm-hmm,
that I left out, is Vinicius.
mm.
And the only
Uh,
reason
uh,
Vinicius got left out is
injuries.
because last season in the league alone, he had 10 and
Mm-hmm,
10, and he had like 20 and 20 overall. And it
mm-hmm.
was not his best season, but
Mm-hmm.
it is very difficult for me to leave him out.
Look,
But
I feel that too, though. 'Cause Vinicius has had a fantastic year. For me, honestly, though, when I was going through it, it was easy to write him off because of injury in a way. Because to me, this forward thing is so competitive that I just need a unks to write you off, and that was it in a way. But now, though, he had an impressive year. And when he was fit, impressive year. Last season was different
Mm-hmm.
as well. Like last season, forget about this. Last season was different.
Mm-hmm.
We leave out plenty players though, because Ivan Griezmann I think was close now. Boy. Virgil, who you had?
Alright, for me, for my front three. You see, okay, they're all basically like they're all strikers. So basically, in front three is the obvious one in Haaland because I feel Haaland best player in the world for best player in the world right now. Um, I feel I don't have to speak much on Haaland. Kane, because I feel like the only thing Kane missed was silverware. And I feel like if those numbers was in a team, like if we do those numbers in Bayern and win the league, they're going to put Kane in some in
Mm-hmm.
big debates coming down to the end of the year for sure. And I was thinking about that other one, but I feel like I have to put from them numbers last season. It had to be Haaland, Kane, and Victor Osimhen. I feel like
Like
those
that now.
numbers.
I
I
like
feel
it.
like
I like
those
it.
numbers. We talking 39 goals. What? How much? And what? A strike and what? You think he had what? 31 assists last season in
Yeah.
all
And
competitions.
he did have a lot of assists.
That man, I feel like although it may have slowed down coming down to the end of the season, the like just like Haaland, how he had a big input of goals and pushed City to a title. That was the same for Napoli. Them all those goals and assists push Napoli to a point where even if he was to slow down, I know he had a little help from his brethren on the left wing, but even if his goals was to slow down, he had Napoli set, and it's a big historical moment that I feel like he was the spearhead behind. I feel like them three had to be there. I tell you, them three have to be there.
I can't lie, I didn't really
We
say
all
much
were
on
different,
no comment.
We all were different,
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You okay, boy, Brandon?
I still trying to get over Keane over Haaland, dog. I still trying to get over
You
that,
know
dog.
what?
I still trying to get over that, dog.
Hey,
Oh my god.
just know Jonathan charged the Ballon d'Or, you know.
No.
Dog, this man comes second. Where was
I
Kane in the
told
Ballon d'Or rankings, bro?
I didn't even know. Hey, I told you, all hate are taking aside. If it was up to me, I had to give the Bruyne Ballon d'Or, you know. So why you being so?
Yeah. You also didn't have him in your team too, so
But I was now about
No,
to
but that
say,
different
KDB
though.
didn't make the
Yeah, but
team.
that is two different things
You
though.
not get the Ballon d'Or and not make the team.
Yeah, but Messi win the Ballon d'Or, he not in anybody here team. So what's the point?
Just nah. I mean, we couldn't put Messi. Didn't even play enough football in that year. I
Yeah,
couldn't put Messi.
yeah,
I can't even
Messi
give him
win,
honorable
Messi
mention,
win
and that
the
my boy.
Oh
MLS
my
Cup, bro. What you
god.
talking about?
yeah. FIFA not lying in my pocket, so I can't put
Yeah,
Messi.
yeah.
Nothing for me.
But I could see where you're going with the Kane, and again, this is from a big, Kane lover boy, whatever. I could see where you're going with it. I mean, he had a very strong individual year, for sure. If trophies didn't exist, he had a very, very strong individual year. The goals, the assists, the importance to both systems, and he hit the ground running with Bayern as well. But I still think to deny Haaland, boy, I can't do that. 50 something goals in your first in
No,
your
the thing is,
first season of what's supposed to be the hardest league, and he
Just
make
leave
it
for
look like a farmer's dog. He literally make it look like a farmer's. And back at it again this season. And this is his drop off season, like he dropped off this season. And he missed the last 4 or 5 games.
And he
And
stopped
nobody could
scoring.
score more goals than this man.
Yeah.
Still nobody could score more goals than this man. And he dropped off. You know what I mean? And then to me, again, the Arsenal game, where he literally out of nowhere learned how to hold up. And he win the game for them that way with assists.
mhm.
That's just
I
it.
don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I think he was too good, but I think he was too good. Can't deny him. I think he was way too good.
I feel like, Haaland.
I ain't
I'll
saying
give you
no,
the
man.
Griezmann, John, but I can't give you the Kane. But I just can't. I can't.
I can live with that
But
too.
Griezmann is a fantastic shout, though. Because that the
Yeah.
man I thought somebody was going to
Dog,
mention, and I'm glad, yeah.
I care more about the Griezmann over Mbappe one than I care about the Kane Haaland. Because to me,
Griezmann
on
had
an
a great year.
individual level, I think the Kane Haaland to me was close. And I knew everybody was going to say Haaland, so put Kane there. But the
Yeah.
Griezmann one, I actually believe in more. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think he's been insane. I think he's been one of the best players in 2023, flat out period. And
Now, he better, dog. You see the goal he scored against Madrid?
yes,
So he sit
and
Yeah.
down, Modric. Anybody see that?
and the
Dog.
thing is, dog, is if it's Champions League, is league, obviously Mbappe, both him and Mbappe turn up for France in the World Cup last year. But it don't matter, dog, what it has been for Griezmann to say he constantly plays at an extremely high level, dog, and is given returns, no matter what role, what position, whatever it is. So yeah.
Facts.
That
I
being said,
Griezmann is my
guys,
KDB understudy, so I back behind you on that one.
I like it.
okay.
I like it.
Anybody else have anybody want to pop? I know nobody gonna actually like this name, but in terms of numerically being up there with players, um, Lautaro Martinez actually was up there for 2023 in terms of raw
Yeah.
numbers. But and I would lie, Virgil was going down. Virgil was going down that route with Inter players, and when he said he had three actual strikers,
Strikers,
Loki
dog. I get
for a
scared
moment,
though.
I thought he was going with Lautaro there, dog.
Nah, boy, I tell
Um,
you, I
Dog,
watch now,
you
man. I
know,
just can't.
Lautaro have eight more goals than the closest person to him in the Serie A
yep,
scoring list.
yep,
8.
Yeah,
eight,
boy.
eight.
Meanwhile, I don't know where that
Crazy.
form for Argentina does be, but whatever.
In a league where it have
Whatever.
players like Osimhen and Vlahovic, where other teams salvating at the mouth to get them, and this man is
Mm-hmm.
8 goals clear.
And
Um,
they used to say him and Lukaku was the dream partnership. Lukaku go and he's still doing it.
yeah,
Dog, that
with
man is the
Marcus
modern day
Thuram, by the
Higuain.
way.
Trust me, dog. That man is the modern day Higuain. He
Yeah,
Yeah.
really is.
yeah, for sure.
I think next week when we record, I was talking about this with Pat for a while. and I feel it'll make a decent conversation is like comparing last generation to this generation of players. Because I don't want to get too much into it now, but like
Mm.
one of the like the key takeaways that we had was like, Higuain last year, that in his time, sorry, just because you mentioned Higuain there, I remember this, that there would have been different periods in his career where he would have an argument to be in the top 10 footballers in the world. Um, Whereas now, dog, somebody with his level of consistency and performance would have been a bona fide top five player in the world, you know, and compare the differences in the generation as to why and stuff like that. So that could be the separate conversation, for lack of a better term, for next week. Um, Everybody kind of get very different coming on to the end, obviously, and we
Mm.
would encourage you guys in the comments to have your say. Obviously some of these players are splitting hairs. You can let us know if anybody we left out was outrageous. If there was any players you can't believe that we included. I'm looking forward to somebody telling us why it is Onana was not the keeper of the year. And yeah, with that being said, guys, we're gonna close off. Pats, thank you as always.
Pause, dog. I'm not
Virgil,
gonna lie too. When I was
mhm.
making that thing, it had real players that like
Nah,
just
it's
so
not real
close. You know,
players.
it's hard. It's hard.
Real players.
Virgil, thank you as always.
Yeah, man, no scene.
Brandon, thank you.
Always a pleasure.
I
Please
silence the
don't
dog
hate Brian.
with that one boy. You silence the dog boy.
I will catch you guys next time. See you soon. Take it easy. Later.